Good afternoon, ladies, and maybe some gentlemen too. I'm Peach, and there's a huge football game coming up this weekend. The Super Bowl on Sunday. No matter who you're going to be watching it with or where you're watching it, there's some tidbits you're going to want to know. First off, who's playing? The Denver Broncos, whose jerseys are orange and blue, and the Seattle Seahawks, whose jerseys are blue and green. The Denver Broncos are led by quarterback Peyton Manning, who wears number 18. He is 37 years old. The Seattle Seahawks are led by quarterback Russell Wilson, who is only the second year in the NFL, and he wears number 3 and is 25 years old. The Seattle Seahawks are coached by Pete Carroll, and the Denver Broncos are coached by John Fox. Now that I've introduced the two teams to you, here are some players you should watch for. If you want to look and sound like you know what's going on, names you need to know. For Seattle, aside from Russell Wilson, the quarterback, you need to know Marshawn Lynch and Richard Sherman. Marshawn Lynch is a running back, and that means he plays on the offense side of the ball. His nickname is Beast Mode, and he's extremely good at breaking through tackles. When he scores, they throw Skittles on the field. More to come on that later. Defensive side of the ball is Richard Sherman. He plays corner, which means he covers wide receivers. And he has 8 interceptions on the season. 8 doesn't seem like a whole lot, but if you put 8 up against any other corner in the NFL, 8's going to look pretty high. He's known for a post-game rant, which I'll tell you about in just a little bit. For the Denver Broncos, led by Peyton Manning, aside from him, there's a lot of offensive people you need to know about. And I'm going to have to narrow it down to 2 for you. Wide receiver Wes Welker and running back Knowshon Moreno. Like I said, both play on the offense side of the ball. For Knowshon Moreno, the running back, and for those of you living in the state of Georgia, he played for the University of Georgia. He's known for his explosive speed, and Peyton Manning loves to hand the ball off to him. For Wes Welker at wide receiver, there's a lot of things that go through my mind related to him. He is one of Peyton Manning's main threats out wide. He used to play for the Patriots and is known about a hit that he took on Aqib Talib, which I'll tell you about a little later on. Here are some headlines you're going to want to know. Why? Broadcasters and analysts are going to be talking about these stories leading up. Oh, your friends might be talking about them too. Leading up to the game and during the game. And you're really going to sound like you know what you're talking about if you know some of these stories. To start with, Seattle is the best defensive team in the NFL. Broncos, best offensive team in the NFL. You put those together and you're sure going to get an interesting game. Along with the fact that there might be snow. Yes, you see snow in NFL games, but rarely do you see it in a Super Bowl. People are really going to be seeing if both of these teams can play at their best potential and best level with the weather conditions the way they might be. To start with the Seattle storylines. First up, Percy Harvin. He's a wide receiver and hasn't played very many games this year. He's coming back from a concussion, and all eyes will look to him to see if he can perform on such a big stage. Marshawn Lynch has loved Skittles since he was little and still loves them now. They throw Skittles on the field every time he scores a touchdown. He has now signed a deal with Skittles, and because of that deal, there's a special Skittles packet that is just blue and green Skittles, the Seattle Seahawks colors. Last but not least, Richard Sherman. He made an unbelievable play in the Seattle Seahawks' previous game, and afterwards kind of went on a rant. It sparked a lot of controversy. Now to talk about the Broncos headlines. If you're talking about the Broncos, you're definitely going to be talking about Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning is arguably one of the best quarterbacks ever to play the game. He has 1 Super Bowl title to his name already, but a lot of people want him to have 2 to help with his legacy. Peyton Manning has always had an offense that is heavy passing, and people are going to be looking to see if he can accomplish and make those passes and the possibility of snow that he's been able to make all year long. Wes Welker. In a previous Broncos game, Wes Welker hit another NFL player, Aqib Talib, quite hard, and there's been controversy about whether he should even be allowed to play or not. That's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, comment below and I'll be happy to answer to the best of my ability. Oh, and enjoy the game.